All right, listen up. The average American deals with 8 hours of power outages a year. And that's not even counting the big disasters. 8 hours might not sound like much until you're in the middle of it. The lights are out, you're squinting at your phone, praying the battery doesn't hit zero. The fridge, dead. All your food, spoiling by the minute. Hope you weren't planning to reheat that leftover pizza. Now, here's the blunt truth. Most people, they're totally unprepared for blackouts. Don't want to end up digging through a half-empty cupboard hoping you remembered to buy batteries? Good, because in this video, I'm going to make sure you're ready for the next storm, power surge, or grid failure. I'll show you 11 cheap, long-lasting food items you can grab from Walmart right now. And these aren't the gross, bland survival foods you think of. These are practical, shelf-stable, and dare I say it, actually tasty. Stick around, you'll want to hear about item 7 because almost no one thinks of it. It might just be the most versatile thing you can stock up on. Get ready to blackout-proof your pantry and maybe even save your life in the process. Let's go. 1. Dried beans. Let's not sugarcoat it. When the power cuts out and your fridge is dead, so is anything fresh. But dried beans? They're a pantry hero that'll still have your back long after other foods have given up. Keep them dry, toss them in an airtight container, and you're good to go. Most dried beans have a shelf life of a few years, but here's a kicker most people don't know. Studies from Brigham Young University revealed that dried beans can stay edible for up to 30 years when stored properly. That's not just a win. That's food security for decades. Now, why are beans such a good choice for blackouts? It's simple. These little things are packed. High in protein, loaded with fiber, and rich in essential nutrients like iron and magnesium. They're a small package that delivers massive energy when you need it most. A report recently highlighted that beans are one of the cheapest protein sources on the market. At Walmart, a 2-pound bag of great value pinto beans costs less than $2.00. Do the math. That bag gives you roughly 20 servings of food. That's protein-packed meals for pennies. But beans take forever to cook, you say? True. Traditional methods involve hours over the stove. But preppers have hacked that process. The overnight cold soak has become an underground sensation. Place them in water overnight and by morning they're soft enough to cook quickly, even with limited heat. Got no stove? Use thermos cooking. Pre-soak your beans, boil some water, use a gas burner or even candles if you're desperate. Pour it into a thermos with the beans, seal it, and wait. 4 to 6 hours later, you've got perfectly tender beans, no steady heat required. Now, here's what makes Walmart great. They're reliable in variety and affordability. You'll find black beans, lentils, navy beans, and kidney beans. Each one adds something different to the table, whether it's taste, texture, or specific nutrients. Lentils, for one, cook faster than any other bean. That's a huge plus if you're rationing heat sources. Personally, I never have less than 10 pounds of mixed beans in my pantry. They're my go-to. Add some seasoning, toss them into soups, or combine them with canned veggies or rice. Versatile, nutritious, and downright essential. Don't underestimate dried beans. They're more than just survival food, they're a lifeline when times get tough, and at these prices, not stocking them is just stupid. 2. Rice. Rice is criminally underrated. It's cheap, shelf-stable, and filling. Honestly, there's a reason half the world lives on it, and if you don't have rice in your blackout stash, you're doing it wrong. White rice, stored properly in an airtight container with oxygen absorbers, can last up to 30 years. That's 3 decades of peace of mind in one bag. Brown rice? Sure, it's healthier thanks to its oils, but it's got a shorter shelf life. You've got 6 months to a year unless you vacuum seal and freeze it. But for an emergency stash, stick with white rice. It's not even a debate. Cooking rice during a blackout isn't hard. No electricity? Who cares? Look up thermos cooking or solar kettles. You boil water, pour it over the rice in a thermos, seal it, and wait. A couple of hours later, bam, you've got a fully cooked pot of rice. Too much work? Even a low flame like from a camping stove or candle heater works. The key to rice is patience, not energy. And then there's versatility. Rice works with almost anything. Pair it with beans for a power combo. Mix it with canned meats, or even stir in some canned veggies. Got powdered eggs? Add those. Want it sweet? Cinnamon and sugar make an easy rice pudding. The point is, rice adapts. It doesn't need fancy flavors or complex prep to be enjoyable. Toss in some salt and oil and you're good. Feeling fancy? Spice mixes or bouillon cubes turn a bland bowl of rice into a blackout gourmet meal. Walmart makes it easy. You can score massive 20 to 25 pound bags for next to nothing. Long grain, jasmine, and even specialty options like basmati are common finds. My advice? Watch for rollbacks. That's when you stock up. One big bag can stretch to feed a family of 4 for weeks if rationed right. And with 200 calories per cooked cup, you're getting energy-packed food you can stretch without feeling hungry an hour later. Rice isn't flashy, it's not supposed to impress, it's there to work. It'll keep you going when your fridge is out, your stove is cold, and times are desperate. That's why it deserves a permanent spot in your pantry. 3. Canned vegetables. Fresh produce in a blackout? Forget it. The minute the grid shuts down, your fresh stuff's on a timer. But canned veggies? That is your secret weapon. A good can of green beans or corn doesn't care that your fridge is useless. It's built to last. Most brands are good for 2 to 3 years past their best-by date. But here's the real deal. A study says they retain up to 85% of their nutrients even long after that. It's basically time-proof nutrition. Now here's where canned veggies shine. Zero prep. Lights off, storm howling outside, doesn't matter. Open the can, grab a fork, and eat. And if you want to heat them up, throw the contents in a pot and warm them over a candle or camping burner. Even in total chaos, you're getting a warm meal in minutes. Take it from someone who learned the hard way. Those pull-tab cans are lifesavers. Forget electric can openers during a blackout. Manual ones? Where's the darn thing when you need it? Pull-tab cans? They're dummy-proof. Walmart makes stocking up simple. Their Great Value line offers everything from classic corn and green beans to unique finds like canned squash and sweet potatoes. And don't just grab one kind. Nutrition experts will tell you variety is everything. Mix color and textures for a more complete nutritional profile. You want carrots for beta-carotene, beets for antioxidants, and green beans for their fiber. One big highlight? Reduced sodium options. Why does it matter? Because emergencies often mean you're dealing with limited water supplies, and salt makes you thirsty fast. Smart preppers know salt balance is critical. And affordability? Walmart sells multi-packs. A 24-pack of mixed vegetables costs less than $20, 0 cents. That's 24 ready-to-eat meals for less than a single takeout order. Canned vegetables might not scream luxury, but they'll keep you alive and healthy when it matters most. They're easy to store, versatile, and make the ultimate grab-and-go meal. From their long shelf life to their emergency-ready prep style, they're a must-have for anyone serious about blackout-proofing their kitchen. 4. Pasta. All right, if pasta isn't already part of your blackout food stash, you're doing this prepping thing all wrong. Pasta is the underdog of survival food, and I can't for the life of me understand why more people don't appreciate it. First off, pasta lasts. When stored properly in an airtight container, away from moisture and heat, it's good for up to 2 years beyond its expiration date. 2 years. That's better insurance than some people's savings accounts. Oh, and here's a nugget most folks miss. Research shows pasta holds onto its nutrients even after extended storage. But here's where the excuses come in. I need boiling water to cook pasta. What if I can't boil water during a blackout? Stop. This isn't rocket science. Use a camping stove, gas burner, or even a grill. If you can heat water for 7 to 10 minutes, you're eating dinner. Think fuel is an issue? Fine. Here's a hack that's gone viral in the prepping community. Cold soaking pasta. No joke. Pasta becomes edible after soaking in room temperature water for about twice its usual cook time. It might not be Michelin star quality, but when the power's out, it does the job. Now, why is pasta a survival superstar? It's filling, cheap, and stupidly easy to pair with other ingredients. A single cup of cooked pasta gives you around 200 calories, plus enough carbs to keep your energy levels steady during high-stress situations. Stack it with beans, canned veggies, or even just some seasoned olive oil, and boom, instant meal. And don't even get me started on powdered pasta sauces. Those packets are lifesavers. Walmart carries no-cook varieties that you just mix with water. Trust me, a jar of tomato powder or Alfredo mix will turn plain noodles into Blackout gourmet. Speaking of Walmart, they crush it when it comes to pasta variety. Their great value spaghetti, macaroni, and penne options are unbeatable for the price. I've found 1-pound packs for under $1 and bulk 5-pound bags for ridiculously low prices. Pro tip, stock up on the thinner pasta shapes like angel hair. They cook faster, saving fuel and time when things are tight. And here's the kicker, pasta is one of the few foods that feeds both your body and your soul during tough times. It's comfort food, plain and simple. When everything feels chaotic, there's nothing more reassuring than sitting down to a warm bowl of pasta. Pasta doesn't just fill your stomach, it feeds your spirit. 5. Canned soups. If you haven't already figured this out, canned soup is your blackout best friend. Picture this. It's day 2 of a blackout. The fridge is warmer than your temper. You're tired, cranky, and starving. What's quicker than a can of soup? Nothing. The beauty of canned soup is that it's ready straight out of the can. Don't want to heat it? Don't. Open it, grab a spoon, and eat. Here's a fun fact for skeptics. Consumer studies show that room temperature soup retains 94% of its nutrients compared to heated versions. Translation: it's perfectly fine cold, just slightly less cozy. That said, if you can get your hands on a flame or heat source, it's worth the tiny bit of effort to warm it up. A gas stove, camping burner, or even an old-school sterno will do the trick in minutes. Walmart's canned soup selection is straight up unbeatable. They've got everything from basic chicken noodle to hearty beef stew. Their Great Value brand is a budget godsend. A single can costs about $1.27, while some of the fancier Progresso options clock in around $1.98. Pro tip: keep your eyes peeled for those 10 for $10 0 cents deals on Campbell's soup. They come around more often than you'd expect. And when they do, stock up. It's soup galore, people. And don't even get me started on the nutritional payoff. Most canned soups have 2 to 5 years of shelf life. Even better, USDA studies confirm canned goods are perfectly safe practically forever if the can isn't damaged. Yes, the quality might degrade slightly after those 5 years, but they're still edible. Here's another reason soups belong in your go bag. They do double duty. They're food and hydration. The broths replenish fluids, which is a lifesaver when water's scarce. A Cornell University study found dehydration in blackouts becomes a problem much faster than most people realize. Soup solves that. And guess what? Cream-based soups are surprisingly tasty at room temp, so grab a few for emergencies. One last tip from the field: keep a stash of soup somewhere unexpected, like your car or bedside drawer. This distributed storage idea is huge among preppers now, and might just save your butt in a spontaneous blackout. 6. Trail mix and nuts. You're probably wondering how trail mix and nuts made this list. It's simple. They're portable, require no prep, and pack an insane nutritional punch. Call them snacks all you want, but in an emergency, they're as good as gold. First off, nuts are calorie bombs, in a good way. A small handful can easily provide 150 to 200 calories, packed with healthy fats, protein, and just enough carbs to keep you moving. They're also incredibly dense, meaning you get a lot of nutrition in a tiny space. No burners, no water, no messing around. Just open the bag and you're ready to go. Now, longevity is key in a blackout scenario, and nuts deliver. Buy them raw and untouched, and you're looking at a shelf life of at least a year. Store them in an airtight container or vacuum-sealed bag and they'll last even longer. Worried about them going rancid? Stick them in the freezer, and they'll stay good for years. Walmart has a killer selection of nuts and trail mix under their Great Value line. From classic almonds, cashews, and peanuts to fun blends with dried fruit, chocolate, and seeds, the variety is endless. Bonus, buying in bulk. Those family-sized resealable bags are a prepping dream. Some even come in 10-pound containers online. Seriously, Trail Mix could be the MVP of your blackout stash. Trail Mix offers more than just nutrition, it's portable and morale boosting. Stressful situations take a toll, but snacking on something slightly sweet and salty? That's comfort on another level. If you've got kids, Trail Mix is a lifesaver during emotional meltdowns when the lights are out. And don't underestimate the importance of planning beyond taste. Prep smarter by moving your nuts and mix into mason jars or mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. This keeps them fresh for the long haul. Look, Trail Mix doesn't get the respect it deserves, and I'm here to fix that. When the grid goes down, you'll want these little nutrient powerhouses within arm's reach. These aren't just snacks. They're fuel for survival. Simple to store, easy to carry, and ridiculously filling. Trail Mix and nuts? Yeah, they've earned their spot in your blackout arsenal. 7. Canned tuna and salmon. All right, let's get real. If you're passing by the canned tuna and salmon aisle at Walmart because you think it's boring prepper food, stop. These little treasure troves of protein are cooking-free, shelf-stable, and practically scream survival food. Whether the lights are out for a few hours or a few days, these cans deserve a spot in your pantry. First, let's talk shelf life. A can of tuna or salmon can last anywhere from 3 to 5 years, sometimes even longer if you store it properly. It doesn't care about your busted fridge, your broken microwave, or your lack of electricity. Just make sure you keep it in a cool, dry place and avoid dented or rusted cans. That's a rule for all canned goods, folks. When it comes to long-lasting protein that doesn't break the bank, this is as good as it gets. Nutritionally, tins of tuna or salmon are like little powerhouses. One 3-ounce can of tuna delivers around 22 grams of protein. That's not just enough to keep you from gnawing on cardboard, it's critical for keeping your energy and your body going in high-stress situations. But wait, there's more. Both of these fish are packed with omega-3s, which are amazing for your brain and heart. They even counteract inflammation, which is basically your body's stress response during a chaotic situation. A recent study even linked omega-3s to reduced anxiety. Yep, canned fish might actually help you keep your cool when the power's out. Crazy, right? Price-wise, Walmart keeps it easy on the wallet. Canned tuna starts around $0.88 per can, up to just over $1 depending on the brand. Want to switch it up? Canned salmon sets you back only $2.00 to $3.00 per can. No, you don't need to splurge on the fancy brands. Light tuna, particularly skipjack tuna, is a great option because it has lower mercury levels compared to other types like albacore. And if cans aren't your thing, snag a few of those tuna or salmon pouches. They're lightweight, don't require a can opener, and are just as shelf-stable. Bonus tip, toss a pack in your emergency bag or glove box. Think of it like your personal blackout insurance. When the power goes out, having canned fish in your pantry isn't just about staying fed, it's an upgrade to your emergency prep. You're covering nutrition, flavor, and peace of mind in one go. If you're not stocking up on these, you're missing the easiest win in prepping. Trust me, you'll thank those little cans when everything else in your kitchen is either spoiled or useless. 8. Peanut butter. Here's the truth. Peanut butter isn't just for kids' lunches or dipping your late-night apple slices. This stuff is survival gold. Whether you're facing a blackout or stocking up for a natural disaster, a jar of peanut butter will pull more than its weight in keeping you going. The first thing you need to know? It lasts. And I mean really lasts. A jar of commercial peanut butter can sit unopened on your shelf for up to 9 months, and many people stretch it even longer. Once opened, it still stays good for a couple of months without refrigeration, making it perfect when your fridge is nothing more than a sad, powerless box. Natural or organic peanut butter? Delicious, sure, but it doesn't last as long because it skips those stabilizers. Stick with your trusty Jif, Skippy, or Great Value if longevity is your priority. Peanut butter isn't just convenient, it's fuel. 2 tablespoons pack nearly 200 calories, and there's a reason those calories matter. Emergency situations burn energy, whether from stress, physical activity, or just problem solving to stay comfortable. Those calories are vital. On top of that, peanut butter is loaded with healthy fats and about 8 grams of protein per serving. It's legit survival food in a jar. Oh, and it's versatile. No, you're not just scooping it onto white bread sandwiches. Got crackers? Spread it on there. Oats? Stir a dollop in for instant flavor and nutrients. Want a quick no-cook snack? Mix it with honey and oats to make protein balls. The options are endless, and you don't need an appliance or even a plate to make it work. Walmart's got your back on this one. Jif and Skippy are practically everywhere, and they're perfect for emergencies. Want to think a little more long-term? Grab powdered peanut butter. It has an insane shelf life and is lightweight, which makes it a prepper's dream. Just mix it with water when you're ready to use. For hardcore preppers who love good deals, Walmart's Great Value brand also offers bigger jars for less. One pro tip: peanut butter prices tend to jump during shortages, so stocking up now isn't just smart, it's a steal. This isn't about being bougie. Peanut butter is compact, full of energy, and honestly one of the most comforting foods during high-stress situations. It's the MVP of blackout food. Just grab a jar and maybe hide one for yourself. When things get tough, it'll be the first thing everyone wants. 9. Honey. If there were an award for the ultimate survival food, honey would win every time. The stuff is legendary. Did you know jars of honey from ancient Egyptian tombs were still edible after 3,000 years? Yeah, honey never expires. It's shelf-stable magic. When the lights go out and you're looking for quick energy, honey is where it's at. It's packed with natural sugars that your body can convert instantly into fuel. That makes it perfect for stressful situations, when your body is burning through energy like crazy. Whether you're moving supplies, keeping warm, or just trying not to lose your mind, a spoonful of honey can give you that extra boost. But honey isn't just food, it's medicine. A 2023 study confirmed honey's antimicrobial properties stay intact even after decades. Got a sore throat or a small cut during a blackout? Honey can help soothe it or even act as a natural disinfectant. When everything around you feels uncertain, honey tends to step up in ways you wouldn't expect. And don't underestimate its versatility. Stir it into tea or coffee, yes, even cold versions. Mix it with peanut butter or oats for energy bites. Add it to water with a pinch of salt for a DIY electrolyte drink. When you're in survival mode, honey isn't just a sweetener, it's a multitasking powerhouse. Walmart has plenty of honey options to choose from, including some local varieties that may help with allergies. Their great value raw honey is a solid pick at around $5.00 for a 16-ounce bottle. Pro tip: go for honey that's sold in plastic containers, especially if you're preparing for emergencies. Drop a glass jar during a blackout and you've got a sticky, dangerous mess. Those classic plastic bear bottles, perfect for the job. Here's the deal. If you're looking for one food item that goes the distance, both in the pantry and during tough situations, you can't beat honey. Its shelf life is unmatched, it's nutritionally solid, and it has a ton of uses. Honestly, not including honey in your blackout prep is just dumb. Get a bottle. Heck, get two. Honey isn't just a food, it's a lifeline. 10. Powdered milk. Alright, here's the deal. Powdered milk might not be glamorous or exciting, but it's the kind of food that'll straight up save you during a blackout. I used to ignore it too. It's that weird box in the back of the pantry most people forget about. Until, of course, an ice storm wiped out my power for 3 days. That's when powdered milk earned its MVP badge. If you don't have this in your stash, you're doing survival prep wrong. First, the shelf life. Powders are built to last, and milk powder is no exception. Stored properly in a cool, dry place with the packaging sealed tight, it can stay good for up to 10 years. Yep, a decade of shelf-stable milk. Try doing that with the liquid stuff in your fridge. And no, you don't need a high-tech bunker to store it. People are even vacuum sealing single portions now to extend its life even further. You can grab those oxygen absorber packets right at Walmart for dirt cheap, which makes this even easier to pull off. Now, here's where powdered milk stands out. Nutritionally, it's almost identical to fresh milk. 1 cup gives you protein, calcium, and a little vitamin D if you buy the fortified kind. When the rest of your meals during a blackout are just whatever random cans you pull out of the pantry, powdered milk brings some much-needed balance. Those 8 grams of protein and all that calcium really start to matter when you can't just run to the store. And prepping it? Stupidly simple. All you need is water. Mix about 1/3 cup of the powder into a cup of water, give it a good shake, and boom, you've got milk. No stove, no electricity, no headaches. Sure, it won't taste like farm-fresh dairy, but in an emergency, you're not sipping lattes. Pro tip: mix it with room temperature water, and if you can chill it down, it tastes a million times better. But powdered milk isn't just for drinking. This stuff is a multitasking hero. You can stir it into oatmeal, blend it into shakes, or even use it to make no-cook survival recipes. I came across a blog where someone made pudding during a blackout by mixing powdered milk, instant pudding mix, and cold water. Their kids thought it was the highlight of the whole blackout. And yes, if you want to make things like pancakes or creamy sauces during an emergency, powdered milk's got your back. Walmart's Great Value brand is a no-brainer here. Those resealable bags cost less than $4.00, and they're perfect for both emergency prep and day-to-day use. Why overpay for some fancy brand when you can get the same nutritional backup for cheap? Grab a couple of bags, stash them in your pantry, and forget about them until the next time you're stuck without power. Honestly, not stocking powdered milk is just reckless if you're serious about preparing for the unexpected. 11. Cereal and granola. Now, most people probably don't think of cereal or granola as survival food, but that's why this point is here. You're missing out if you're not stocking up on it. When everything goes dark and your fridge is officially useless, cereal and granola can step in as your blackout MVP. It's simple, fast, doesn't need electricity, and actually tastes decent. Sounds like a win to me. First off, shelf life. Do you even know how long cereal and granola last? An unopened box of cereal can easily sit on your shelf for up to a year. Granola's even better. The resealed packaged stuff from stores can last 6 to 12 months unopened. Freezing it? That extends it even further without ruining the crunch. And if you've already opened a box, just toss the rest into an airtight container to keep it fresh for months. Bugs, moisture, not today. Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers are another great way to keep your stash crisp and ready to go for much longer. Walmart carries all of those storage tools, so no excuses. Now, here's why cereal and granola are blackout all-stars. No cooking is required. You don't need boiling water, a stove, or anything fancy. Just open the box or bag, pour it into a bowl, or don't, we're not here to judge, and dig in. That's it! No mess, no stress, just instant energy, and during an emergency, Simple wins every time. Cereal, and especially granola, is also packed with nutrients your body actually needs when it's stressed or working harder than usual. Granola, with its oat base, usually comes loaded with fiber, complex carbs, and healthy fats if it includes nuts and seeds. Some of them even pack in dried fruit, adding a little sweetness and extra vitamins. That translates to staying energized longer without suffering the usual sugar crash that comes with cheap snacks. It feels like regular food, not emergency rations. Walmart again delivers huge here. Their great value granola is under $3.00 a bag, and honestly, it holds its own against more expensive brands like Kind or Nature Valley. Whether you're team French vanilla almond or more into classic oat clusters, they've got you covered. If you're stocking up, keep an eye out for bulk deals. Those family size or resealable pouches not only last forever, but are also a steal if you're trying to build out your emergency stash on a budget. One thing people often overlook is how important it is to keep morale up during a blackout. Sitting in the dark, stressed about when the power's coming back, can mess with your mindset. A handful of granola or a crunchy bowl of cereal can go a long way toward making life feel a little more normal. Add in some powdered milk or eat it dry. Either way, you're good to go.